I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Dennis Kudla.
I'm Jesper de Jong.
I'm Henry Laaksen.
I am Francisco Cerundolo,
and
you are listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Here we are. It's the Mexican Open on the men's and the women's side. This one should be interesting, but there's no Rafael Nadal this year in Acapulco. Are you a bit disappointed? This is normally your man's tournament, JG.
He gets a lot of money usually to play in Acapulco. They pay players big amounts, large sums of money to go over there. He's not there this year. We're going to see him most likely closer to Roland Garros in preparation for that. And if I'm honest, I'm a little bit disappointed, not because Rafael Nadal's not there, but I think the quality of the draw is poor. Acapulco over the years is one of them big events, which is a 500, what feels a little bit like a Masters match, tournament. It seems to have a bigger feel to it. And I mean, this year's one I'm disappointed with. You've got the number one seed of Carlos Alcaraz, who I don't think is going to play. So you can kind of rule him out. I just don't see Alcaraz making the journey to Acapulco after playing on clay courts and then move to a hard court when he's injured anyway. It just seems like a strange decision for him to do that. Yeah. And let's look at some of the previous winners. It's been Rafael Nadal 4 times. Zverev's won it in the past. We've got Del Potro there. Kyrgios, Ferrer. Sam Querrey beat Rafael Nadal famously in that final one time. They're just some big players who have played this event over the years. And looking down the draw, I'm disappointed because there's not that many big players in this year's draw.
I know what you mean. It's normally Rafa that brings this tournament to life, I have to say. And he brings the other players over as well, I think. And we've just not had that same level of
Medvedev's
interest.
not there either, is he? So
yeah, exactly. So we're missing a lot. Obviously, Rafa wasn't even going to be playing this one anyway. He was booked in to play Dubai this year, remember?
Yep.
And we would have had a cracker of a tournament. We would have had Medvedev, Djokovic, Nadal, everybody over there in Dubai. But unfortunately, we don't have Rafa anywhere.
It's a typical Casper Ruud event where he goes to play when no one's there.
Yeah, sounds
Casper
about right.
Ruud loves an event where there's no big threats and he'll just go in and clean up. And he is going to be the number 2 seed. No disrespect to Casper Ruud, but that's how I feel about the situation. I never forget where everyone was at the Olympics and he was just cleaning up 250 points every time playing against people outside the top 100.
I like it though.
And here he is now. He takes an opportunity. Why is he not in Dubai, Casper Ruud?
Why not? Why not sneak over there? Maybe he doesn't fancy it. Although, would he do better than Rublev at this moment in time? We don't know. It's one of those weird things in the tennis tour. You can just pick and choose which tournaments you want to play. Obviously, this one's a 500 event.
Yeah, personally, I agree with Kira. I'm more looking forward to the Monterrey one. That's the one I'm more excited for looking at the draw. So let's get into the draw. Before we do, there is some qualifiers to go through. If I can find them. So they're playing right now as it happens. So we don't know who all the qualifiers are. And, well, we've seen the draw. It's not great. So the qualifiers aren't going to be great either. We've got Darderi, who I quite like. We've got Berrettini's brother, potentially. Chappelle, Stratum. I mean, these are ITF players at best, some of these. So I'm not going to spend any longer talking about them.
All right. Well, let's get on to the draw proper. If Alcaraz is to play, there's still a possibility he might play. Obviously, that leg is heavily strapped, but he still may make an appearance here. If he does, I think he will beat McDonald still, even with a strapped leg.
Okay, so I'm going to have Mackenzie McDonald winning that one. I'm then going to have Nakashima beating Altmaier. I'll go Mo beating Giron. Paul, a lot of Americans here. I'll have Fritz beating Isner.
Yep.
Kuzmanovic beating Shapo.
Same here.
Lopez, Eubanks. Probably Eubanks. I mean, I thought Lopez retired. I don't understand.
That's a weird one there. I don't know why Lopez is creeping back into the frame.
I think he just
Um,
needs to go and retire.
yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He's just trying to
And
get
I
a bit
feel like he's just holding on a little bit too long.
just like traveling around. I think just showing his face. TFO to beat Nishioka.
Yeah, Cam Norrie against
Yeah,
Manarino.
have a Norrie to win that.
I love Norrie as well. I got Berrettini to beat Molchan,
Yep.
Borges to beat the qualifier, and
Yep.
this is where it is a
Ooh.
popcorn match. Shelton, Holgeruna.
Off that one.
Horrible.
I like it though because it
I
sort of
don't like it because that full event, which isn't that stacked, it would be nice to see that in a final or a semi.
I feel that I don't know if Shelton's really up to the challenge yet. I feel that Holger Luna's game is much more well-rounded. I feel that if he serves well, he'll get a set at best. Shelton.
Yep, I love Holgeruna. I'll go Alex de Minaur
Yep.
to beat Pineda.
Qualifier to beat Otte. I'm going.
It's not Pineda, but you
Is
get
it
what I mean.
Okay, I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's just
Isn't
a
there a
Pineda.
documentary coming out about
They've just put like a Pineda in there. That's how I look at him as.
What's his full name?
He's there to be beaten.
Well, is this KSI versus is ADM going to be the KSI of this draw?
JJ Wolf, Casper Ruud at the bottom.
Yeah, for sure. Right, move to the top. We've got Alcaraz versus Nakashima. I'm going Nakashima to knock out Alcaraz here.
Yep, I've got Nakashima. I love Tommy Paul, Fritz, TFO, Berrettini, Runa,
Yep.
Dimonor, and Ruud.
No, I have Wolf knocking out Ruud.
Getting Ruud. Listen, Ruud's there to kick up points. He's not going to go out early.
Wolf likes it on the hard courts, and I feel that Casper Ruud, this is an opportunity, but there's still bigger hitters than him in that tournament.
I'll have at the top now Nakashima beating Paul.
Yep.
TFO beating Fritz.
Not for me. Fritz to beat TFO.
I'll go Runa to beat Berrettini.
I'm going Berrettini.
And I'll go Casper Ruud from the bottom. So we get Runa, Ruud.
I'm going to have Alex de Minaur to beat Wolf.
Okay. Who won last time out of Rune Ruud? I think it was Ruud, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was all the back and forth with the complaints about it.
I'm going TFO to beat Nakashima.
I'm going Fritz to beat Nakashima.
And at the bottom, I'm going to have Holgeruna beating Ruud.
I'm going big servers all round. I'm going Berrettini to beat de Minaur. I'm going to the Fritz Berrettini final.
And mine's TFO Runa.
Ooh, quite like that one. More than mine, I think.
It's a very... I don't know how to explain it, but my final's very...
It's more of a JG final, that one.
It's very hit and miss.
I like it, though.
A lot of things can go wrong when
I prefer the players, I think, than this my final.
Yeah. Mine would be quite entertaining for sure. And I think Holgeruna is going to win the whole thing. He's going to have a really tough draw and just come through every round and win it.
Well, for me, I feel that no Rafael Nadal, Taylor Fritz will be licking his lips and he'll be thinking, this is another opportunity for me to get another event under my belt. Not too many top players in the event. And he seems to just be picking up events, Taylor Fritz. I think he's going to get another one.
Okay, fair enough. And dark horse?
Berrettini, I guess.
Can you have him as a dark horse?
I guess. He's not seeded.
Okay, I guess the unseeded Berrettini is the sensible pick. I would agree with you on that one.
Has to be, doesn't it? I mean, he could win it for sure.
Yeah, agreed. Let's move over to the women's anyway, because I prefer this.
Right. Well,
for some reason.
The back-to-back winner of this tournament, obviously, JG's.
Oh, that's probably why I do like it then.
Is Leila Annie Fernandez, who has won it the last 2 years. Last year's final, what a cracker against Camila Osorio Serrano. Wow, I mean, 6-7, 6-4, 7-6 in the final. But she loves it here, doesn't she? I remember Heather Watson back in 2016 winning this one. That's a bit mad that she was.
I remember that.
Yeah.
We was talking about on the podcast.
It's a bit nuts that she won this tournament. And where's she been since then? Been doing anything?
She's all right at Wimbledon.
Oh, That's enough, is it?
Qualifiers. Do you want to speak about them?
Go on then. Throw them in the hat.
Try and guess one. Just on Heather Watson. She's qualified for Austin.
Tomova.
No, you got
Oh,
Dollar
okay.
Hyde, Cizarenko, Vickery, Papi Michelle, Rusa, and Rakimova.
Papier-mâché. So
Papi Michelle.
That's what I thought you were going to say when you said that. Then.
And I've just
Papier-mâché.
realised, Gene, Layla's not playing this year.
Ah.
I kept saying how much I like this event because I thought Layla was here playing, but she's not.
No
So
hat trick
ruined it
on
for
the
me.
cards.
No, I
Well,
don't like this event either.
well, let's get into it. Garcia is the number 1 seed in this one. Who's the number 2 seed? It is Bauskova. Right, okay. So some interesting players who will be filling out this draw. Juvan Garcia first round. I think Garcia will do that. Should be straight sets.
Yep. I'll let you do the first rounds.
All right, let's go through. I'm going to be going Diaz knockout Wang.
Yep.
Another Wang. Vickery. Both Wangs going out for me. I'll have Osorio Solana knockout.
I'm going to have that other Wang going through.
Oh, he's having a difference in Wang opinion. Sharif, you quite like. Are you having her against Osorio Solana or not?
No. Got Osorio.
I'm going to go for a bit of an upset here. I'm going to have Schneider knocking out Mertens.
Me too.
I'm going to have Georgie knocking out Ruza.
Yep.
Tatiana Maria knocking out Bronzetti.
Correct.
Peterson knocking out Chocolatto.
Yep.
Siniakova knocking out Rakimova.
No, I'm going to go Rakimova.
Oh.
Rakimova.
Rack it up. Bonaventure knocking out Papier-Mâché.
I'm going to go Papier-Mâché because Bonaventure, I'm going to try and bring something up quickly.
I
don't think you've realised what Bonaventure has been up to.
Oh, no. Am I going to have to change my pick?
No, you can't change it now. I want you to back her.
What do you mean I can't change it?
No, you picked it. I want you to back her. I just want to make sure I'm right first.
Stick on it then.
So Bonaventure lost in the last match 6-love, 7-5 to Siniakova.
Siniakova's playing well.
But I think the first set...
Did she make the final of the last event, Siniakova?
Yeah, the first set, if you look at the point by point, it was 4-love in about 10 minutes, and she hadn't won a point. Bonaventure went to 4-love upward of the point, and then she also got broken on 5-love, but she'd won a few points. She got it to Juice.
Disappointing.
So that first set, she won 4 points, and then the last to get bageled, it was just game to love.
Doesn't fill me with confidence.
So that's why I'm having Bonaventure going out.
Well, Papier-Mâché, all the best. Right, on down. Jean to knock out Navarro.
Yeah, I agree. Bonaventure's terrible. I'll have Jean as well.
Vekic, knock out Sorenko.
Yep.
Zhu to knock out Bondar.
Yep.
Marino to knock out Gomez. Nima to knock out Dollarhide. And Bauskova to knock out Shaibova.
Nice.
Garcia to knock out Diaz. Osorio Serrano to knock out Vickery. I'm going to go with the Georgie bandwagon to knock out Schneider. I like Schneider, but I don't know. Not seen enough yet. Peterson to knock out Maria. Siniakova to knock out Bonaventure. Vekic to knock out Jean. Zhu to knock out Marino. And Niemeyer to knock out Bauskova.
I've got Contreras Gomez having a little tear here.
Go on, Contreras. That's a bit controversial.
Yeah, she's in my quarterfinal.
Interesting. Right, let's move to the top. Garcia versus Osorio Serrano. I'm going to go Osorio Serrano here.
I'm going to have Garcia. I'm going to go Georgie to beat Peterson, Vekic to beat Rakimova, and Bauskova to beat Contreras Gomez.
I'm going to go Siniakova to... No, actually, I'm not going Siniakova. I'm going Vekic as well. I'm just changing my mind there. And I'm going to go...
saying Contreras Gomez played well against Parks.
Oh, and
he's already my dark horse.
Is Zhu the one that did well at the Australian Open?
I don't remember.
There was a good
bit late for me to remember. It's almost 1 in the morning.
I know. Just give me 2 seconds. Just before Lin Zhu. Yeah. I quite like Lin Zhu. I'm going to go with Lin Zhu to knock out Niemeyer. Right. Okay. I'm going to have Georgie Osorio Serrano. I'm going to have Georgie. Go on, the George. This is a terrible bracket from me. Apologies.
I'm having Caroline Garcia to beat Georgie, and I'm going Balskova to beat Vekic. I'm having the 1-2 final.
What's happened to JG? He's not thought about this at all.
I
And I'm
have.
going to be
I think that's
having
going to happen.
Zhu to knock out Vekic, and I've got the Georgie Zhu final.
Which way?
Zhu.
That's big. Garcia. I'm going to have Garcia winning the whole thing. I think Garcia's due an event.
Boring.
And I'm going to have the number 1
What's
seed
happened
beating
to
the
him?
number 2 seed in the final. But I am going to go big on my dark horse, and it's going to be Contreras Gomez. I'm going to be cheering on her. I'd love to see her win this event.
Nice. Right. Well, I've got Camila Giorgi. Right. Just for the sake of just squeezing it in just right at the end, let's quickly whiz through this last one. It is the Austin one. We've got to wrap this up, but I would love to just plow through it if we can. I'm gonna have Lynette to knock out Kracheva. We have Blinkova Kovanic through. I'm not putting Sloane Stephens through because she got double bageled the other day. It was embarrassing. Potapova's been playing well, so I'll have her going through against Mandlik. Volinets, go on then, knocking out Risk. Oh, Peyton Stearns, interesting. Alicia Parks to go through against Bjorkland. Kalinskaya to beat Davis. There's not even a players in this draw. I mean, it's a bit ridiculous. We'll just go through. Collins to go through. Kostyuk through. Brengel, Yastremska, and Zhang. Right, to the top. I'm going to go Lynette. I'm going to go Townsend. Potapova, Parks, Kalinskaya, Collins, Kostyuk, Zhang. To the top. I like Lynette. I feel that is she the new Polish number 1? Lynette, I don't know, maybe. I'm gonna have Parks to go through this one, Collins, and Kostyuk. So we've got our semi-finals of, and I'm gonna have
Okay,
Parks.
so stop here. So, let me tell you my semi-finals.
All right.
So I've got Magda Lynette, Alicia Parks. I've got the exact same at the top.
Nice.
At the bottom, I've got Danielle Collins, Harriet Dart.
Oh, the dart. He loves dart. What's going on?
Yeah, so I've got Harriet Dart in my semis.
That's a bit mad, but I like it. Go on.
And I'm going to have Harriet Dart beating Collins and getting to the final.
No. I'm having Collins in my final.
And I'm going to have Alicia Parks beating Lynette.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have Alicia Parks winning the whole thing, to be honest. Beating Collins in the final.
I've got Parks versus Dart. I'm going to have Harriet Dart winning the event. I think it might be her first WTA event. I'm going big on Harriet Dart. It's time to get the Union Jack out, Ben, supporting Team GB, and Harriet Dart is going to bring it home.
We can always cut this last bit.
No, listen, Heather Watson. Listen, my feeling. Heather Watson won 2016.
That was the different event.
Yeah, but Heather Watson won in 2016. It was a different event. 6 years on, we're going to have some special moments. 7 years on, we're going to have another special moment for Team GB. On the women's, there's not much to celebrate. We had Joanna Konta doing some stuff. We're due a win. We're due a win on the women's side.
Raducanu?
We had Raducanu with the US Open. I'm talking about these real big events, Ben. Forget the US Open. Who cares about it? We're in Austin right now, and I want to see who can win Austin. I think it's going to be
home of Joe Rogan. Like,
yeah, we got Kirit saying, I'll send you $1 if Dart wins. Okay, that's a deal, Kirit. And if Dart doesn't win, Ben's going to send you $1.
Yeah, I'll send you $1. If she doesn't win?
Yeah,
that's
if she
not
doesn't
fair.
win, Ben will send you $1.
Oh, that's a terrible deal. I need her to win now. What I've been stitched up there. Oh well, I will send you $1 if she doesn't win. Then I'm cheering on Dart now as well by default.
Yeah, forget the US Open. Austin's a massive event, and I'm going to be going for Harriet Dart to win it.
Well, fantastic stuff. I'm going Alicia Parks. I feel that she had one great event And then it was followed up by, unfortunately, having to play the next day. And then she lost in the first round. So now that she's well recovered, I feel that she can have another good event again. I think she's a really good player. She's got a great serve. Could be the future, but too early to say. I think if she wins another event, she's going to start making headlines on the WTA Tour.
Perfect. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Go check out our Dubai video we just did with Djokovic's return, and you can find out, do I have Djokovic winning another event?
Find out. Click it.
See you then.
Bye.